Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar, Mac Virtual Desktop for a Global Workspace. I'm Abhishek Kaushik, Sales Engineer at MacStadium, and I'm excited to share now how we are revolutionizing the way global teams access macOS securely, efficiently, and without the logistical chaos of shipping physical Macs. Imagine a world where a developer in Tokyo, a designer in Berlin, and an IT admin in New York can collaborate on an iOS app without a single Mac crossing any borders. That's what MacStadium and Citrix deliver. Today, we will work through the challenges of global Mac deployments, explore real-world situations, and show you how our game-changing MacStadium Citrix VDA solution in a live demo. And we'll have a follow-up with a question answer as well. So let's get started. Let's start with who we are. MacStadium was founded in 2011, is the leading infrastructure as a service provider dedicated exclusively to Apple products. From our headquarters in Atlanta and data centers in Atlanta, Vegas, and Dublin in Ireland, we empower enterprises to access macOS in the cloud. Our goal is to eliminate the barriers of physical hardware and make macOS available anywhere, anytime, and for any team. And as you can see, we have moved from infrastructure as a service to a MacOps environment today. So we are helping teams who are working on DevOps, teams who need our infrastructure as a service still. We're working for a secure workspace. We also have a virtualization platform called Orca, which provides you a virtualized macOS environment based on the Kubernetes platform, and we also have the developer platforms that can be accessed and utilized. We also work on AI. We have a partnership with a company called WebAI, and today we are focusing on the solution with Citrix and MacStadium VDA. So moving on, here's what we will cover today. The challenges, the real challenges that we have of deploying Macs globally, the MacStadium and Citrix solution, what does it entail? How is the security and compliance covered in that solution? What is the performance and user experience you get? The real world use cases that we'll explore. How about the cost savings, scalability, and finally a demo to bring it all to life, followed by your questions. So let's go in and dive into the problem first. Well, picture this. You are an IT leader asked with equipping a global workforce with Macs. It sounds simple, but it's minefield of challenges. First, security risks. Physical Macs are vulnerable to thefts, loss, and with data breaches costing on an average around $9.4 million in the US. That's a risk no one can afford. Second, logistical headaches. Shipping Macs worldwide is very complex. It's slow and prone to delays. Think custom issues or supply chain disruptions. We've worked with customers and companies who have other challenges as well. The Macs, which are shipped across the globe from UK, if they break down, they have to be shipped back to the UK, and only then can they be serviced. There is a cost factor as well. Buying and maintaining these physical Macs is a budget killer. And finally, scalability. Scaling up for new hires or project is a logistical nightmare. What do we have as an impact of all these challenges? Well, basically, it's been now seen that almost around 80% of organizations use virtual desktop infrastructure, but many lack a macOS solution. Developers, for example, they need reliable, high performance access to Xcode for app development. Without it, innovation stalls. That is the problem we at MacStadium are solving today. So let's look at some of the real world use cases. First, let's look at some developer teams. Imagine a global team building an iOS app. They need secure access to Xcode for coding, testing, and developing across iOS, macOS, or visionOS. And with MacStadium, they can access virtual macOS desktops from anywhere. No need to ship Macs to Asia or Europe. For example, a team in Singapore can test an app without waiting weeks for hardware. Next, imagine a team of designers. Picture a remote video editor working on a 4K content in the Final Cut Pro, but they have a low spec laptop that can't handle it. But with our cloud hosted Mac Studios, they can now run graphics intensive apps seamlessly and collaborate in real time from London or anywhere else on the globe. And finally, IT admins. Think about onboarding 30 or 50 contract developers for a 3-month project. Buying Macs is expensive and slow. With our solution, you can provision virtual desktops instantly, manage access centrally, and revoke permissions the moment the project ends. These stories how we empower teams to focus on creating and not managing hardware. Moving on, what is the MacStadium and Citrix solution? Well, basically, how we make this happen is a combination of MacStadium and Citrix VDA. We provide dedicated cloud-hosted Apple hardware, Mac Minis, Mac Studios, in any configuration and specs that you want. In our secure data centers, Citrix VDA for macOS is industry-leading virtual desktop software optimized to deliver macOS environments to any device. Together, they create a powerful solution with 4 key benefits. The first is security. Enhanced encrypted sessions and single tenancy hardware keep your data safe. It doesn't leave the data center at all. Near bare metal experience for demanding workloads, so you don't face latency. The HDX technology from Citrix empowers the performance. Provision desktops in minutes to meet challenging needs is what comes scalability with it. So if you want your developer to be hired today and want to be productive the same day, it's possible today. If you have 20, 50, 100 more contractors onboarding in a week, that's possible. Tomorrow, that's possible. Cost savings as well, it brings along. It eliminates the need for physical hardware and shipping. And as our CEO, Ken Tasali, says, our Mac Cloud expertise combined with Citrix leading remote access technology creates a unique enterprise-grade Mac VDI solution. How it works? Well, if you look at the architecture, MacStadium hosts the bare metal minis and studios in secure data centers. Citrix VDA for macOS enables the HDX access to macOS desktops through the Citrix Workspace app. Now, this could be through the DAS, the Citrix DAS if you use today, or CVAD. It works seamlessly in both the scenarios. The Citrix Workspace app, it works on any device, maybe it iPad, Windows, Linux, you name it. And it integrates seamlessly with your existing DAS platforms or the CVAD platforms as well. Features that it brings along, some of them to name, single sign-on, USB device redirection, webcam optimization for video conferencing. It supports macOS, Ventura, Sonoma, Sequoia on M1 through M4 chipset. So the decision and choice as per requirement is having a variety of options that are available for you. The deployment process is very straightforward. We create a machine in catalog, and we'll see this in the live demo. We create a machine in the catalog in Citrix DAS. You generate an enrollment token that's given to our team. We automate the VDA installation, and then you assign the users. It starts showing up in the end user's Citrix Workspace client or the app. This process is fast, simple, and integrates with your existing workflows. The security and compliance is definitely one of the biggest concerns. And as I mentioned earlier, the data breaches probably cost, according to studies, 9.4 million on an average. Here's how we keep you protected. We have data centers. The MacStadium data centers meet stringent standards like SOC 2 and ISO 27001. Our Macs are 100% dedicated. They are single tenancy hardware, ensuring that there is no shared vulnerability. Citrix HDX technology encrypts sessions, and IT can tailor access by user or role or device. So it's completely configurable to your requirements. And all this is managed through Citrix SaaS or CVAD as per your environment. The result? Well, your sensitive intellectual property now stays secure in the cloud and not on a vulnerable endpoint. So the end users could be contractors, could be employees, but if they are using their own device, the data, the intellectual property data does not reside on those machines. It resides in the machines which are in our secure data centers, giving you peace of mind and compliance with enterprise standards. Well, what is the performance and how is the user experience? So we have a lot of customers who are currently using our solution and talking about performance. Well, this solution delivers a near bare metal experience, even for the global teams. It doesn't matter if you are connecting to our Dublin data center from Philippines or our Vegas data center from Japan or from Asia. I mean, you do not have any issues with latency. The Citrix's HDX technology, it uses a proprietary ICA protocol to provide rich graphics, multi-monitor support, and hi-fi audio. We've tested it over 6,500 miles with low latency and perfect for remote teams. MacStadium's hardware, Mac Mini with M2 or M2 Pro or Studio, is optimized for Apple Silicon, handling everything from Xcode to Final Cut Pro. So the workload that you're putting on these machines doesn't fade away the performance that you will get. And a quote from a particular customer, it says remarkable user experience near bare metal, even with long distance connections. And that comes directly from a user who's using it in the field. Let's talk about the bottom line. So with physical Macs, what you face is upfront cost, maintenance, and shipping expenses. Our solution changes that. You only pay for the cloud compute you need, scaling up and down as projects evolve, need to onboard new hires or contractors, provision desktop in minutes with instant access to Mac Mini Studio models. So we have the latest and greatest of models as they are released from Apple and are in our data center as soon as it's physically possible. What we also have is the scalability that we can provide if required. And as we discussed earlier, imagine an IT team of 50 contractors that you need to onboard in a week. With MacStadium Citrix, it's flexible. We eliminate any hardware overhead and saving you time and money. The amount of money that you spend on an IT resource to manage that environment is not required. We take care of the whole management, patch management, and anything that goes on that particular hardware. So that's on MacStadium, and it resides in secure data centers. So basically, the key takeaways that we have from today's session, I would say the first one is definitely eliminate risks. No more shipping physical Macs, reducing security threats and logistical nightmares. Empower teams is the second takeaway that I would give it away from today's session is secure, high performance virtual desktops, and they enable the global innovation. And the final takeaway, from me is seamless integration, an easy to deploy solution with your existing Citrix environment. Even if you do not have a Citrix environment, it's very simple to plug into your existing network, your data centers, and we can have the solution working. So as we say at MacStadium, move from logistical nightmares to seamless innovation. MacStadium and Citrix makes it possible. That is what I had in terms of what the solution is and how we look at it. But then I'll take a minute if there are any questions uh, on the Q&A session, if there are any, before I go in and show you the live demo where I can show you the Citrix platform on the DAS, as well as how when you create a machine and give it to a user, how does it have that user experience.
No questions just yet.
All right, brilliant. So let's go to the demo directly. And what I will do first is show you how does it look like in a Citrix DAS environment. So basically you log into your Citrix DAS uh, GUI, and then two things is what we need to create. First one is the machine catalog. Basically, you can create a machine catalog, and I'll take an existing one just to show you what it has. So I have one machine right now here, but if you want, you can create the machine catalog, and it basically needs few details. Will it be a multi-session, single session, or a remote PC? You can decide and choose. How would the machine management work? So again, a Citrix-based straightforward configuration. What machines are you adding? So either you can add a single machine or you can add a bunch of machines using a CSV file. These machines should be available and should start showing up in your directory. You definitely can create scopes. So all these scopes are very common in the Citrix environment, where you would want to create a collection of objects, and these would be available to either being federated, how you want to federate, and other things. You can do a VDA upgrade. WEM is optional. You can do a VD upgrade service where it'll auto upgrade, and then eventually it lets you create that machine catalog. Now, once that machine catalog is created, what we'll do is we need to go to the delivery groups. So we create these delivery groups. Basically, what machines, what catalog would it take, and what are the applications or the users that are making use of this particular config. So we can choose any machine catalog that we have created. We have the users that are connected. It is SSO enabled, so you can federate it from any IDP that you're using today. You can then add any desktop assignment rules if you want, your app protection, scopes again, license agreement, if you need to put any licenses for the app that you're putting in, and then you eventually have this delivery group created. Now, I have created already a delivery group, and that's here. You can see that currently I have 3 machines and a couple of other machines that I have access to. So if we go to the Citrix workspace app, and as an end user, what I will be doing is connecting to the Citrix workspace. So I will connect to the Citrix workspace, authenticate with my credentials, and this could be federated with any IDP that you have. Probably has an MFA that you can enable, and you can see right now I have multiple machines, but for a normal end user, you will see just one single machine here. and that can be accessed. So before I go ahead and show you the user and performance angle, what I will do is I will go here and would like to add one more machine to this particular group. So if I go to delivery group and I say this group, I want to add a machine, it will ask me what machines you would want. Do you want multiple sessions? The machine allocation. So this machine is already allocated. I have another machine which can be allocated. I'll go and allocate it to myself. Search in my Active Directory, found the user. It might take a little while to find that particular user and allocate the machine to that particular user. So you see it here, we get it done. And the next is this machine will start showing up the display name as Abhishek, which is the machine catalog that we just used, and the user that it has been assigned to. So that's where we are. Go to the summary, and when I click finish, you can see right now we have 3 machines with Abhishek, but if I refresh, there will be a 4th machine that will be added. And you can see now I have 4 machines. So that is how simple it is to allocate a new physical macOS or a macOS VDA to a particular user. Now let's go ahead and try and see how it looks like. So I probably will use this machine for the demo. I just go to my workspace, double click on this. The broker does the connection to the data center, and then in a matter of seconds, we will be presented to the machine. The username and password would be shared automatically or earlier by the IT admin. So I can log into this particular machine now. Again, this could be federated, so you can use your IDP credentials to log into the machine, and that's what we have on the machine. I can access any application that's available. If you want, you can have these machines to attach to your MDM as well. Well, I can see that I have Kanji installed on this, so the Kanji profiles, the blueprints will automatically run on these machines. You can see the device info, it syncs to the server, so that's possible. And we have all other applications. You can install any other application. You have Xcode or any workload that you want to use. As you can see right now, I'm connecting from London, and this machine is hosted in our Vegas data center. I don't find any lag. I can use it as my normal desktop for doing any particular work. I mean, I can show you if I have to type. I don't find the lag altogether. The connections that we have within our data centers, is brilliant. And you can see right now, anything that you do, your data resides in this particular machine, which is single tenant in a highly secure data center. I can't have anything, any application or any data that I can copy onto my BYOD device that I'm connecting it from. Yes, I can emulate any hardware. So if there is any hardware that I need to use on that particular machine, be it anything that I need to emulate, it is definitely supported and gives you a wonderful macOS environment.
Abhishek, can you move that most recent window that you're showing to the front? It's covered up by the Citrix workspace.
I'm sorry. rather share my complete desktop so that way it would be visible. So
There you go.
I'm not sure if it was hidden earlier, but you definitely can see all the applications here. You have Xcode, you can have your own MDM, the Kanji agent automatically installs. You can have that as part of the image, and any blueprint or anything that you would want to run from that particular agent in terms of compliance policies are possible. Just not Kanji, could work with any MDM that's possible. Uh, GEMF or any other MDM in tune that you probably want to use. I had Kanji, so I displayed that. Also, you would find there is no, so I will type again, and you can see that there is no latency altogether. And if it wasn't visible earlier, I will do the speed test again, just to show you the connectivity from within the data center. So that is basically what I have today for this particular demo and webinar. I hope it was helpful. I hope it gave you a totally different perspective on how you manage a global workforce and the macOS virtual environment, the VDA, that you can make use of the powerful solution that we have with MacStadium along with Citrix. The next steps, feel free to contact us. We will be able to take you through. We can set up a POC. We can work through your requirements, align the requirements. We also can make use of Orca virtualization along with Citrix, which means now on a physical machine, you will be able to access two VMs, but provision them through your Citrix DAS or CVAD, which definitely increases the ROI and lowers your TCO. So there are multiple options available within MacStadium solutions, and this is how the Citrix VDA works solution works for you. So I would take a pause and stop sharing. Are there any questions? I don't see any questions, but feel free to put any questions to us, and we'll be able to answer. Thank you for your time today, and hopefully we'll be able to solve your problems with MacStadium solutions. Thank you.